Welcome to Pep Talks with Jeannie. I'm your host, Jeannie Pepper. I started doing Pep Talks as a way to inspire you to do intentional acts of kindness and to further the goals of #BlazeItForward. Since its inception, Pep Talks has evolved, and now I use it to interview people actively making a difference in this world through their volunteerism, community service, or careers. My guests are all here because they have dedicated their lives to making this world a better place. Join us as we delve into the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of these truly inspiring and hardworking people. This season, we will be using a panel format in some of our episodes to bring together synergistic guests to discuss topics that weave the social fabric of the world around us. Welcome to another episode of Pep Talks with Jeannie. Hi, we're here today with Taran. We're in Cancun, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have Taran with me here in Cancun because not only has Taran taken us all over the place. When I say us, I brought with me one of our other pep talkers, Linda, who helps the world by distributing Narcan and also fentanyl testing strips. So she has connected me with Taran, and that's Linda right there. She's a little camera shy today, but she's also part of the production team today. So it's important that you know that she introduced me to Taran because Linda is also part of a healing group, and Taran is a shaman and a healer, and he does that. I think that they met each other at a Mayan birthing ceremony in Tulum or in the Tulum area that Taran was conducting for a retreat that Linda was at. So Taran has traveled to the United States to spend time with Linda and to also practice his healing arts there. And he also does that regularly now here in Playa del Carmen and the Cancun area and Tulum. So this entire coastal area of the Yucatan Riviera. And we're gonna ask Taran a little bit about what he does, where he's from, and his history, and we're gonna learn about some other cultures, other places in the world where there are people in the LGBTQ community and how they survive, how they are treated, and what's different and what's the same as our own culture here in America, or not here because we're not here, we're in Mexico right now, but in the United States, I think that Taran's experience has been universal, very similar probably to the experience of many people in the United States as well. So welcome to Pep Talks.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you, Linda, for connecting us through this trip that you're here, and has been amazing connecting with you.
Yeah, it's been a really good week. We've traveled all over the Riviera area. We've seen some very sacred places with Taran. We've gone to the cenotes, which are sacred to the Mayan people, and they are still considered to be very sacred by the residents of this area. If you don't know what a cenote is, I suggest that you come here and see for yourself because they're absolutely gorgeous. They are natural formations, and we're going to show some pictures here of those formations that I took when we were at them. We really enjoyed going around the Yucatan with Taran. It was fun because we got to go to these cenotes, which are these very sacred spaces in the Yucatan. The Mayans use them for rituals. They are all very different. There's also a lot of antiquity there. We went to El Meco before we went to Tulum. And we spent a day at Tulum at a beautiful hotel there. There are many beautiful hotels there. It's a very, very rough, very lush resort area right on the sea there, south of Playa del Carmen. And then we went one of the days to Chichen Itza, which is probably one of the greatest antiquities in that area, or area of antiquities. This was one of the greatest Mayan ruins that they found. It's just vast and it's really hot there, and we walked around in the blazing sun for hours just investigating this enormous civilization, complete with an observatory. They had this giant pyramids that incredible carvings, and it just was really mind-blowing. And then of course there was colonial Mexico. This is Valladolid, where we went after we saw Chichen Itza, and we had dinner there, and they had great food, very fresh, very, very nice place. And we had time to explore more of the cenotes. We went to Quinha first, and then we went to Verde Lucero cenotes. They're all different. Some of them are exposed, some of them are underground, Some of them are dirty. Some of them are crystal clear, clean, beautiful. And it was just a really fun trip. So, Taran, I want you to tell me about your experiences and who you are and how you survive in Mexico as a gay man.
Well, it was sometimes what's difficult, but it depends a lot how you manage or how you connect with that. I come from a very traditional family that for them I was not allowed to be me. Like I have to deal with all of this. And my mom, when I decide to come out, she told me, okay, but don't let anyone about this, and don't tell your dad because he will die, just to know it. So I passed through a lot of ways to integrate it. Of course, I was gay since I was a child, and I passed through different situations. So I think, as for me, I just have to make, well, all these situations make us just be stronger. I'm the youngest of seven, and being the youngest of seven as well is to make my voice count, because when you're the baby, then you need to climb all that um, female energy. I mean, I have five sisters and one brother, plus my mom. So I have to really make myself, make a voice to myself and express the way as.
Yeah. Did you find it oppressive being in a country that has not always been very accepting?
Yes, I think. I mean, when I was younger and when I tried to do this, I was raised by under a Catholic family, and actually I was in a Marist school in general education and junior high. So they oblige you to every day to have like go into the church and confess all your sins, like under that way of beliefs that then they don't let you be. And when I was child, of course, I was bullied so many times because I was different.
So Taryn had a lot of physical issues. You needed hip replacement. You had it sounds like you had autoimmune diseases, and they were asking you to take a lot of different medicines. Is that when you turned to natural healing?
Yes, it was more like this cortisone, just because they say they have like lupus or things. So they sent me a lot of medicine that completely I was say it oversized, and I didn't was happy being to be able to live like fully. And after two hip replacement, they told me, okay, you have a normal life, but you cannot do this, a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I was not happy with that as well. And the first time I go back to work, like in 15 days after having two surgeries, the first time. And I start the journey. I just like stick a wheelchair like for 3 months, and I was working already, like in the office. I was doing all my duties as I work. And then after a year, it happened again. My other hip was about to collapse, so I need to pass the process again. And at that time, I said to the doctor, "Okay, now I'm gonna do whatever you say." So he sent me like 3 months for not working, and
Like a
and
disability.
I stay longer in the hospital to work, like have four rehab sessions instead of one. So I put it more intention. I went to the gym and I start over to do it my way.
Mhm. And how did your healing journey, how did that affect you in terms of deciding that you wanted to help other people?
Well, I believe that when Kundalini Yoga appeared in my life, I was just coming back from living in London. After I quit this company, I was just 1 month after that just living in London. And I was living there, and when I came back to fix all my paperwork to go back, I decided no, thank you, because that was not my path. I think the universe showed me so many times that it was not that way. I have been close to death like 3 times, and I'm so blessed just to be here. So I start like a new way, and when I came back, my dad just passed away, and then in that ceremony, I've connect with some of my cousins that told me about this um, teacher training, yoga teacher training, and I said, well, I don't like Kundalini. But then I decided to take it as a personal process. It was amazing. It changed my life 360 degrees in the first year.
Wow.
And I think that any people, not, I mean, being gay or not gay in any community, needs someone to hold, to help you to connect, to be in calm, to be able to meditate, and to lower down all this craziness that we'll have. So for me, it was like a moment that they helped me to change all of this. And additional to that, it's the way I connect. I found the first time the gong, and when I find the gong, say, I need to do this.
And that's where your Instagram name came from, because you are Taran Gongs, Tarangongs.
Yes, Taran Gongs or Taran is part of my spiritual name. According to Kundalini yoga teachings, your spiritual name, which is you have it through your birth numerology, it's your mission in life. So that connects with me a lot, and I decide to embrace that name and that connection, and that's the name that I use right now.
It's really beautiful. So, when we came to Mexico, I didn't really have any great expectations of what we were going to be able to do with you or how much we'd be able to see you, because I know you're a busy person. But you were so kind, and you gave Linda and myself like such an incredible week. You took us all over this beautiful country, your beautiful country. We got to see all kinds of antiquities. We went to Chichen Itza. We went to three sacred cenotes. Well,
And to
two.
Valladolid, and well, we will as much as we could
Yeah,
because
we
it
got to
was a
see so
lot of
much.
driving, but a lot of fun.
It was so nice. I mean, I encourage my listeners, if you have friends that live in foreign countries, take them up on taking you around to see the parts of the country that are special to them, because there's so much you can learn from a local. Of course, local guides are nice, but they're not friends. So if you have friends or family in these places, this is the way to do it, really. And we just had so much fun driving around this area. I mean, Linda and I were probably be too scared to do it on our own, but having Taran with us was just so comforting and great. We're so appreciative, and I'm sure Taran will be back in the United States at some point to practice his healing arts, and he will probably be, I can't say for sure, but we're hoping that he'll come to Orange County, but he could be anywhere in the United States. And I know that we have listeners all over the United States, all over the world. So when the next time he's in our area, we'll let you know. We will definitely put that out there on our social media, and I'm hoping he'll tag us so that we can keep up with you. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners since we have you here right now?
No, just as a community, you told me, I just feel it's a moment to be yourself. You don't, we came to this planet to be ourselves, not not play short. Go for whatever you want and be as authentic as you can, and just share your light no matter what.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Be authentic and share your light. I mean, I can't. Truer words were probably never said, but that is really good advice for all people, especially if you are, part of a marginalized group and you might be afraid to be your authentic self because it's not always safe. I mean, it's not always safe to be gay in the United States or here. It's not always safe to be Jewish anywhere in the world, if we've noticed. But it is safe to be your authentic self with the people that truly love you and care about you. So make sure you find those people in this world. And while we're here, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this place that Taran has brought us to today. This is a church. It is a Catholic church. It is outdoors. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's basically in English, the translation would be the Church of Mary the Untier of Knots, which think about the meaning behind that is it's kind of a very layered, because as we all know, we live lives that are full of challenges and struggle, and we have to find our way in this world. We have to figure out how to untie those knots that keep us from finding our true path in life. And in this country, people are Catholic mostly, not all, but mostly, and they are very religious people, and they believe, they're very faithful. They believe in God, and the religion brings them hope and faith brings them joy. And I can see that in the people that are here today at this church. We're going to show you some footage of what this church is like, what it looks like, and one of the things that they do here, which is also very similar to something that they do in the Jewish religion at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. They have a place where you can leave your gratitude and your prayers, and they are doing that here as well. And we're going to show you some footage of what that looks like. We wrote our prayers down on white ribbons, and there are places all around this beautiful sanctuary, this outdoor sanctuary, that you can leave these these notes of thankfulness. And there are also places where you can leave your prayers, and those are on white ribbons. And there are beautiful, I can't even describe it. Like, how would you describe it? Like hallways of,
I think sometimes we need like something physical to know, like we all have the prayers, but when you put up like this little ribbon, or it's like it's there,
yeah,
it's physical, so you remember and you connect with that, and you have like just the idea that you promise something, because everything it's inside of you, just the wisdom or the universe or the creativity just help you to get it what you want, and it's just a prayer for yourself as well.
yeah. And some of the things I'll share with you that I put on that I was grateful for was being a mother, um, my three beautiful children, even though one has passed. I'm grateful for the time that I had with my son Blaze. I'm grateful for my husband Gideon, who gave us a great life, he continues to work hard to do that. And I'm grateful for the kind and caring friends that I've found in this world. And everybody should have friends like I do. They've sustained me through the hardest times of my life. Um, and we're so glad that you could be with us. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for all the
I
time
know.
spent together, and of
It's
course I
been
will gonna
wonderful.
be soon in California back, and if not, you
Yes.
always can find me online. I do a lot of healing online as well.
That's right. We're going to put up here ways that you can connect with Taran Gongs. And if you're in the Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Tulum area, and you're interested in what Taran's doing, I suggest that you look at the his Instagram or his social media, and you can find it right here. We're going to have that right there for you to be able to write down or go ahead and follow on social media so you don't forget. Taran's a great tour guide, and I'm sure when you come, if you make contact with him ahead of time, he'd be interested in showing you this beautiful place and take you on a spiritual tour like he took us on our week here. We had a wonderful time. We're so grateful for friendship.
Thank you very much,
And
and
that,
thank you all for listening, and see
yeah,
you soon.
see you soon. And that's it for Pep Talks today. Keep on pep talking.
Bye.
Bye. Hashtag Blaze It Forward is a campaign my family started in 2018 after our son Blaze was murdered. Hashtag Blaze It Forward provides the inspiration to thousands of people to repair the world with intentional acts of kindness. If you would like to learn more about Blaze and how you can make a difference, check out www.blazebernstein.org or join our Facebook group at hashtag Blaze It Forward. You can also check out my website for this podcast at www.peptalkswithjeanne.com. There you can follow along with my podcasting adventures and learn more about my fascinating guests and their passion projects. I would like to thank all of the volunteers who help make my philanthropic endeavors a reality. Today, that includes my producer, Eli Moskowitz, all of the volunteer crew members who join us, and a special thank you to my son, Jay Bernstein, for the original theme song you hear at the beginning and ending of each show. This has been another episode of Pep Talks with Jeanne. Until next time, keep on making this world a better place.